executive director for the America First Legal, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And America First Legal is a member of Project 2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration.
If you still drink Starbucks, you're gonna want to hear this. No, I mean, you're really gonna want to hear this, y'all. Check this out.
Starbucks and this latte, he said, is
1864, but today, the people who are for the buying and selling of people are going to have green dots next to their names up there in a few minutes.
Welcome to WTF Daily, fam. Hit that like, subscribe, comment and share. Let's get weird. Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only.
All hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Now some have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea with their keys to the cage and a devil to pay. We lay to fiddler's grave.
Yo.
Whoa. Did you see that? What the F? What do you think? Smash the like and drop a comment below.
Has anybody else noticed since the new update to TikTok that there's a lot less free the people content? My For You page all of a sudden has no content in it about a certain place we're not supposed to talk about, apparently. And my For You page was covered in this content. Covered in it. That was what I usually engaged with the most. So now I have to go to the creators that I follow and personally find and like their videos. They're not showing up on my For You page. They're not even showing up in my following page, which is kind of sketchy. So, am I the only one who's noticed this, or is everybody else noticed that since the last TikTok update, there doesn't seem to be any Free the People campaigns anymore? All I keep getting is all this crap about American shit. I find very few interactions with the rest of the world since the last update. Is it just me, or is TikTok suppressing all of the shit about Palestine now?
Interesting, is it not?
If you still drink Starbucks, you're gonna want to hear this. No, I mean, you're really gonna want to hear this, y'all. Check this out.
Starbucks and this latte, he said, it's a concoction of milk. The Jon Stewart woman associate said, I said, yes, it is a concoction of milk with some flavoring in it. Yes. And I said to her that milk is something that's produced by the mammary glands, and it is a body fluid. However, albeit produced by the mammary glands, and people tend to like its taste. It tends to nourish people. It tends to give life is probably it's a strange thing that milk comes from the mammary glands and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I said that semen, because I had this thing going back a year ago with me talking about semen and Starbucks lattes, and they do put it in there. And many people slammed me and said I should get off of it. One guy wrote me and told me he wasn't going to send me any more offerings until I stopped talking about semen in Starbucks coffee. I told him to keep his offerings. But at any rate, the semen is another kind of milk. It's something that's produced by the testicle glands of a man. People tend to like milk that's produced by the mammary glands of a woman. Starbucks has figured out that people tend to like semen that's produced by the testicle glands of a man. Milk, mammary glands, semen, testicle glands, both are naturally produced by the body, and a lot of people tend to like them. So Starbucks has figured it out. So they blend a little semen synthetic with their synthetic blends of milk. And people drink Starbucks coffee. I don't.
I begin to pass out.
I don't even know what that is. Where are you trying to eat it?
Are they pets or something else? You decide. Drop a comment below.
See, this is the bull crap that go on with these tribes.
Everybody knows that there's all kinds of blacks that are Cherokee by blood. DNA would probably tell you that he goes back to some of the same chiefs that I go back to. But DNA is not our test. Doesn't matter the circumstance. If they didn't sign up on the dolls, they cannot be members of the Cherokee Nation.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yes, sir. What was your owner's name? Mackie is his answer. I'll be the last person in the world to get up here and defend the Dolls Royals Commission. If we could go back and redo the Dolls Commission, and though it never happened, I'd be the first one to do that.
Now, you just said there's all kind of blacks with Cherokee in their blood. So why do y'all come for us when we say we indigenous? Make it make sense, brother. See this?
Then shut the fuck up in 2020. You sound dumb.
Oh, baby, we got a big one. This time, a dude who's so-called been all around the world, been to Kemet, knows all about all of this, and I'm wrong. Really? And we all know what I'm about to do. This is the so-called out of Africa theory. It says the first modern humans emerged in Africa 200,000 years ago and began colonizing the rest of the world in 100,000 years to 50,000 years ago. Right? Well, let me introduce you to Miss 6. Marine isotope stage 6. It happened between 195K to 123,000 years ago. Now, I ain't the best person at math, but I think that's about 72,000 years. The continent was cool and arid, unsuitable for plants and animals that Homo sapiens ate. So how could that be when the Amazon rainforest, what they know about it, is 10 million years old? And as you can see, here it's hyperdominant, meaning it didn't just come up like that. Somebody had to plant it there. And as you can see here, one of those hyperdominant trees is the rubber tree, which we know we planted and we created the rubber ball games and many other things with rubber. Also, the oldest forest is in Cairo, New York, boss. And as you can see here, it's 387 million years old, boss.
What the F?
See, this is what you don't know. You said you've been to Kemet and don't even know what it is. Kemet is not a place. It's what we do to the soil. We take terra firma and create terra preta, the black earth, or Kem, the black land. We brought the black earth everywhere using the milpa planting system. I also showed on my channel the Sumerians doing the same thing with the maize, the squash, and the beans right here, boss. In a picture I took myself. You ain't ready.
No, I don't think so. You're crazy. I'm gonna run so fast in my life. I don't have my luggage. Fuck your luggage. Go get your new luggage. Where you going? Run all the way back.
When I first started talking about Project 2025 and trying to sound the alarm about Project 2025, I got so many people from the Watermelon Mafia getting down in my comments, telling me that I'm fear-mongering, saying that they made it under Trump the first 4 years, they'll be just fine in the next 4 years. You can't scare us with Project 2025. It's not even real. This video is for you. This video is just for you.
Executive Director for the America First Legal, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And America First Legal is a member of Project 2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration and what it calls the Project Pillars, correct?
We are proud contributors to Project 2025.
Okay. And are you familiar with Project 2025's mandate for leadership?
In fact, I am.
Okay. And in fact, you wrote some of the sections of this mandate related to the DOJ, correct?
Sure did.
And the mandate outlines policy priorities for the next conservative president. Is that correct?
It does.
You've done a great job. I just want to let you know. All right, so let's walk through some of the provisions of the mandate. It calls for eliminating the Department of Education, eliminating the Department of Commerce, deploying the military for the use of domestic law enforcement against protesters under the Insurrection Act of 1807.
Yep.
It also has the repealing of Schedule F status for thousands of federal employees to allow a president to replace career civil servants with unqualified partisan loyalists. That's probably my favorite of it. It also prohibits the FBI from combating the spread of misinformation and disinformation, like Russia and China, who are actively trying to interfere with American elections. I don't know why or how anybody can support Project 2025. And I know that there was allegedly a joke about dictators and whether or not that's funny, but in the United States of America, dictatorships are never funny. And Project 2025 is giving the playbook for authoritarianism as well as the next dictator to come in.
Project 2025 is real. They're having congressional hearings about Project 2025. You've got people in these congressional hearings testifying how they're involved with the implementation of Project 2025. You've got that John McGinty guy all over social media and doing interviews talking about his role in Project 2025. You've got Representative Jasmine Crockett cross-examining a witness who is testifying that he is involved and proud of it in Project 2025. You survived under Trump's first 4 years. I'm here to tell you that you won't survive under Trump should he get in for another 4 years.
Wow. You can't make this ish up.
Man, so I ain't TikTok, don't get mad at me, I'm reporting the news. But Biden deploying UN troops to the United States. Man.
What the F?
You just bringing a whole bunch of mess over here to a whole bunch of mess we got going on. It's just one big clusterfuck of mess. But man, listen here, man. You really can't save yourself. Just do us the favor and just pack up and get up out of office, man. We can't deal with you no more. You was like a big pimple when you first came in, a pimple that couldn't get popped. Man, we ain't playing that stuff down south. Don't be bringing them little blue ass helmets down here. We ain't gonna play with you. Don't come knocking on my door talking about some peace. Nothing. I'm peaceful right now. When I go hog hunting, I'm at peace. When I go fishing, I'm at peace. When I go to work, I'm sort of at peace. When nobody ain't messing with me. When I do deer hunting, I'm at peace. When I'm out here playing with my son, I'm at peace. When I'm out here playing with my stepkids, I'm at peace. Don't come down here with that UN bull crap. Take that mess on elsewhere, man. We good down south, dog. Roll Tide.
Are these real or not? What do you think?
Here's some news for you that's happening here in Washington, but I don't think we're hearing it nationwide.
Remember, these
tight, 'cause
videos
the
are for
story gets
entertainment
interesting.
purposes
a
only.
67-year-old man was at a hotel in the Seattle area with intentions of meeting 2 young girls to, do his thing. He was caught by the Seattle police and shot and killed. But here's where it gets interesting. This man was supposed to meet a 7-year-old girl and an 11-year-old girl brought by their mother. She was going to leave them there, let him have his time with them.
What the F?
And then she gets paid. To his surprise, the police show up. But instead of going quietly with them, he pulls the gun. And they load up on him. Here's where it gets fucked up. This man has left a trail of years of child molestation. His name was Bruce Menley. Bruce Menley is a high-ranking military member, which means he probably had more means and more resources and more access to do terrible things to little kids. He's a naval officer / naval emergency doctor who worked at Guantanamo Bay.
You've got to be
under
kidding me.
President Bush and President Obama. He retired as a naval captain. What the fuck is happening, y'all? Like, what the fuck? And this story ain't over yet, because apparently he has ties to other people and other high-ranking people in a sex trafficking ring. And he lived in a multi-million-dollar home and rented out his property to who knows who doing who knows what, right? Like, y'all, people with money fucking lose their minds. Fucking lose their minds now. What the fuck is happening?
Here we are in 2024, and especially those of us who like to identify as being progressive and advanced and enlightened, like to role play as if we would have made the right decision in the context of 1864 or 1932 or 1964. We would have been on the right side of history's critical pivot points. We like to credit ourselves with that. Well, let me tell you, folks, you got an opportunity right here, right now, to be on the right side of history. and it rhymes with all of those previous pivot points. Are human beings yours to buy and sell? Are they? Can you answer that question? Yeah, I see the smirks from over there, the vile twisting of facial expressions. It offends you, doesn't it, to be faced with what you're standing for? I bet. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care how you feel about whether or not human beings should be bought or sold. I care about whether or not that's moral or immoral. I care about whether or not that's right or wrong. And if I were the last human being on earth to say it's wrong, I would stand with pride against everyone. But what makes me proud is the fact that I'm not standing alone. I might be in the minority in this chamber, but I'm on the right side of history. I'm in the majority of folks outside these walls who believe that we should not buy and sell human life. This is really simple. Right now, in a few minutes, in a few moments, that board is going to light up. And the green dots next to the names for history, for perpetuity, until the end of time are going to be recorded as those who thought it was okay to buy and sell people in 2024. Not in 1964, not in 1932, not in 1864, but today, the people who are for the buying and selling of people are going to have green dots next to their names up there in a few minutes.
This has my heart pumping. How about you?
Yeah. I love the laughs, the smiles, the casual disregard for the importance of what it is you're about to do. History is going to record it, and you're going to answer for it in eternity.
The clerk will take the roll on the bill. There being 68 ayes and 61 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to.
Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. My head is spinning right now. How about you?
Okay guys, so we have now come together on TikTok, this Gen X group, and now they're saying that UN troops are coming.
What the F?
So we need to speed this up, get a plan together, and figure out how we're gonna mobilize and organize in each state. I'm in Ohio, in Dayton specifically, so we need to pick a date that we can, like, either one, go on strike all the way and just stop everything and bring the whole damn thing to a screeching halt. We need to pick a time or a date that we can go live on X, just like our original lady that called us to action. We've got to start planning now because things are moving too fast, and we've got to get on the ball here because we're going to run out of time. It's not going to be as long as what we think.
Cool little car right there. It's real cool to go look up the videos of how cars, what they used to be able to do. They could like ride up a mountain and do all kinds of crazy things. Now cars can like barely take a turn at like whatever, 30 miles an hour. But these things could just go all over the place. And these old school cars, they used to run on alcohol.
Priceless.
That's why the whole prohibition. You had to get rid of that because that competes with Rockefeller oil. Can't tax that if you use a distillery to make your fuel. Or you could do moonshine, or you could do hemp. Hemp could actually create fuel so that you could run these cars around. But there's no tax on that, so that doesn't work. And that doesn't tie back to the Federal Reserve. So they had a prohibition so that they could eliminate the competition. But everybody asks, where can you find radium? It's in Colorado. That's where it is. The largest sources of radium are called Carnotite. Carnotite, I think it is. But it's in Colorado. The largest sources of radium and uranium are in Colorado.
One of the other lands in our realm that is heavily restrictive on our travel and exploration. They tell us there's nothing in the North Pole, just ice sheets. But looking back at hundreds of old world maps depicting something much different than we've been told, all showing the same 4 islands with a mysterious black rock mountain in the middle, said to be a magnetic mountain. And not only are they depicting the same land, but they say they were inhabited. Just look at some of the descriptions, even a Tartarian village. The famous cartographer Mercator in 1577 wrote a letter to a friend in England describing the North as this: in the midst of the 4 countries is a whirlpool, into which there empties these 4 indrawing seas, which divide the North, and the water rushes round and descends into the earth, just as if one were pouring it through a filter funnel. It is 4 degrees wide on every side of the pole, that is to say 8 degrees altogether, except that right under the pole there lies a bare rock in the midst of the sea. And it was far from just one cartographer. Chinese, Japanese, the world over were showing us the same. These cartographers at the time, jobs and reputations depended on their accuracy. They weren't just going to repeat something unverified for centuries. There has been many detailed lands in this realm that have been erased, not just the North Pole, but places like Friesland. Or what do you think, signs of a reset? Or cartographers copying each other? Question everything, friends. Until next time.
What do you think? Smash the like and drop a comment below.
Look at it from a distance, it looks like nothing is wrong. Now if we zoom in right here, there's some paint right here, but look at this right here. This line, this is what etching is, right? You follow that line. Keep going up, you see the outline, some outline. This is more the etching and the mask right here. You see some lines right here. I don't know if those are electrical wires or not. It looks like they are. And you see some paint at the top and that right there. This entire building does not exist here.
You can kind of see like the glow.
Yes, there's a
around
glow.
it.
And this is where the infamous vanilla sky comes in, because for some reason in all these city photos the sky is all white out. Like there's no clouds, there's no nothing. This is them trying to add clouds in there, but obviously these are paint strokes. You know, this is right here, this is the real sky, I guess. Why are they cutting out the entire sky for? There's an argument, people saying, oh, like the sky, maybe it was just too bright and it was just like, you know, that's the reason why it was white. But that's where photo composite comes in. They already solved that issue years before. This right here is an example of a negative with the sky fully intact, because they already solved that issue. This right here is presented as a historical photo straight from the Library of Congress with no notes on it being retouched, anything like that. It just says it's a glass plate negative.
That is a shadow on the sky. Is that even possible?
You've got to be kidding me.
I don't understand it. Some weird clouds, and then there's a shadow behind the clouds, but like the sun's there as well. So what is going on there? That is a shadow on the sky. Is that even possible? I don't understand it. Some weird clouds, and then there's
Is
a
it
shadow.
real?
Grandpa! Grandpa!
What the
Calm
F?
down now. Papa! Papa! You might make it. You might make it. Grandpa! Oh my God. How did you make it? How did you make it? Ah!
Totally insane. Well, that's it for today, folks. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment with suggestions of what you would like and videos you would like to see. Until next time, fam.